and knowing that you raised on farm makes it even better. So I really wanted to show you this. I was excited to show you this because this is kind of a new pride and joy for us. So we ran out of daylight on last video. We finished up, of course, the chores you saw in the video, but that night we did not get to the hay or to moving the fence stuff out for the pigs to go back in the forest. So today me and Aiden are going to do that. We got to set up the horse fence. We've got a new horse fence setting up. We got some protein for them, and we're going to allow them to have the barn they've been in, that same field, just so they can come back to a dry hay, especially with horses being a little bit more sensitive in stomach. Give them a little bit more of a grassier area where they can run in and run out. So me and Aiden we've got to build that right quick. After building that, we're gonna go to the pig forest and see what we can do there, and then we gotta start loading up hay. It's our last hay of the season. It's about 17 bales. That will get us through the rest of the season at that church. So it's not gonna be a long haul, but we're only using one little trailer, so we had about 3 or 4 bales at a time. We only got 17, so it's gonna be about 4 or 5 trips. So that'll kind of wrap us up. If you'll jump on the trailer, bud, we'll get started. Hey, if you're new to our channel, thank you, welcome, and we hope that you enjoy our farm. If you'll go below, hit subscribe, ring the bell. That way you can see what's coming up on the farm, because it is never a dull moment. Let's go take care of the horses first. We got the charger and we got the protein, everything that we need, and we got the stuff to build the fence. So I'll show you where, you remember this is where we did the pig runs, where the barn was for the pigs. We've had the horse in here, and they've pretty much ate all the grass, which is fine. So this grass right here is phenomenal, though. Look at this grass, how good it looks. Look at all this. So we're gonna actually let them run in this area. So we've got to build just a little fence kind of coming right through here and kind of going around the tree line and then back up right here to the fence. We actually have had a good bit of deer through here the last few days, which is good. And I think Aiden's gonna try to go hunt tonight too. So that it always adds to the meat. So it's always good to have deer coming in the freezer. So we've had a lot of deer coming in, so we don't want to get them too close to where we're hunting for deer, because of course the horses are here. If Aiden decides to hunt, then we actually will put them back in, lock into the permanent fence, because a gunshot, of course, may spook a horse, and we don't want them in this area. So we're gonna go ahead and make the fence, let them come out. If Aiden decides to hunt, what we'll do is bring them in with feed, just to make sure they're not around the gunshot or in temporary fencing. Kind of worried about them being on our hay because it's new, and you know, you always hear horses are more colicky or chances to be more sensitive, but they've really done well. They've ate it, and we've kind of put them in some areas where we've kind of made them eat it. And I hate to say that, but it's kind of worked. So they're gonna be about half an acre. It's not big. We're gonna connect it to what they're already in, so that way it's supposed to get really cold tonight, down into the 30s for us. That's pretty chilly, 34, 35. And that way they can go into the barn, be away from the wind, but also have all this fresh grass if they want to come out. You can see the patches of rye that's starting to kind of grow through there, which is good. It's not you know, we just kind of ran over this section just because, but this grass actually is really good quality, and I think they're going to enjoy it. So I asked our feed and seed people and said, you know, what do we need to do for horses? And they said, well, just like your all natural buckets that you use for cattle, they can use as long as they don't have urea. Well, we don't buy any kind of supplements that have urea naturally in it at all, but we went on and bought a horse version of what we buy for the cows, the protein. It's a smaller bucket, so it helps us move it around a little bit. So it's going to be this little purple bucket over here. We're going to go ahead and get it out, and that way again we have their grain, their protein, and good fields. I think we'll be in good shape for the horses. Hang here right here, let you watch us do some fence, and then you'll see how the horses do coming out and be able to go back into permanent fence, but then come out here for some good grass. So anytime we go and we're making one continuous fence, we'll go in the poly here through the fiberglass rod, run it down and go through the back loop, and then back around and run it through. So that way now it stays tight, it's not coming loose, and we're running the second strand. Now typically for cows we'd go to the third, so we'd do a 1, and 3, or just a 1. For horses, we're going 1 and 2, just because a horse is never going to try to go under it. They're just going to go through it if they get spooked, which ours have not, but that's what they're used to. So we're going to go in and run our second strand all the way back around. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
It is.
Windy. Is supposed to get cold tonight. We're still kind of under the weather, but Aiden actually has been the trooper through it all. I don't think he's had the sickness as much as everybody else, huh?
I've not been a sick day off.
Just a little cough is all you've had, huh?
Pretty much.
That's done. Are you hunting tonight?
I am.
Are you gonna kill anything tonight?
Hopefully.
Not Bambi, but like a buck, huh?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So where's your blind from right here?
It's right down there.
Can you see it? That's where you killed your first one, huh?
So I killed my first one, second one, and I think third one.
I don't know. This is your, is this considered your plot?
Pretty much.
I've killed 2 does out here, but I've not killed a buck out of here. I had some friends killed one, but
I think you did kill one small buck out here, didn't you?
I think I killed my buck on the other side.
You did?
Yeah. So we've got the horses ready to go. They didn't really want to come out because they hate this fence. They like this other. Aiden, how are those chickens out? We gotta go get chickens. Gosh. Horses are done. Now chicken catching time. Chickens are up. I think it was my fault. I accidentally left the tarp rolled up. So I'm the dingling this time. Get the protein for the cows, and then go move the stuff out of the pig forest, so that way we can start the pigs. And then it is hay time. And that wraps us up for the day. Tonight we're actually gonna play some games. We love playing games as family and spending time together as a family, because we know how close and how life is so short, and our kids are growing up before we know it. So we want to spend as much time with them as we can. So we try to do something fun every day or every night when we can. We watch a lot of TV together, like movies. We don't watch TV, but we'll watch a YouTube series together or something like that. But we'll sit by the fire, do games, all that kind of stuff. So tonight is game night. I really can't wait to show you the full pig kind of operation that we're starting. We're really trying to grow our pigs, and this permanent fence will help us do that. £225. So I gotta like get it up, and just enough to get it where I could pick it up with the tractor.
I am made to be free. I am made to be free.
Remember, if you do not have a tractor, or you're only having like 1 or 2 cows, they sell protein in buckets of like 30 and 60 and 80 and 90 pounds. You don't have to buy these big buckets. I buy them because it's cheaper for me to buy in bulk and bigger, especially with us having so many. We have, you know, the 15 or so head here, and then the ones at the big farm. So it's better for us to buy the big containers. But like for instance, for the horse, if you saw that one was only a 60-pound one, and you literally can carry it around. It's not that heavy. It's a lot easier to deal with. You don't have to have a tractor to do it. These, you have to have a tractor or be very, very good with your legs and doing a good workout, because it's 225 pounds and it's awkward shape too. They know what it is. Peace, honey.
I am made to be free.
So he's currently down there giving the cows hay. I'm in the truck. I'm about to go meet them down at the pig forest.
This is what we've been waiting to show you. So we wanted to grow our pig operation, even though they were getting out. So this is how we solved it. We built a pig fence. all the way through around the big forest. We did put a cross fence so it keeps the American guinea hog, and we've talked about that a little bit, but we took the American guinea hog and kept them separate. This will keep our commercial pigs in here. The American guinea hog area is pretty small, but it still allows for probably 2 rotations, but those can go outside the fence because it really doesn't matter. They don't get out of their nets. But the commercial pigs have a pretty big forest. They have the majority of the forest that me and Aiden. Did you fall through?
Food got stuck in there.
They have majority of the forest. Now what we're going to do to get them used to the forest first is we're going to let them out in the whole forest, just to kind of let them learn the perimeter, kind of know where their feed is, their water is, and also know where they can and can't go. Hopefully that will discourage them. What we did on the bottom of this fence, if you look closely, there's a piece of barbed wire right there, and that is a high tensile barbed wire. It's not a gaucho, so it's a thicker grade, harder pulled wire that allows them to, if they try to go and root under it, it'll catch their nose. So that's important too. I mean, these pigs are not those kind of pigs, but just in case, for any pigs. And our goal is to grow our pigs, so therefore this will be where we farrow them at, and this is where they'll run in this big forest. This forest here is probably 2 or 3 acres. It's not huge, but it's plenty big enough for pigs to rotate in one single net every few days. So we're going to let them out in here. We can't let them out yet though, because we have some stuff from the bee farm. If you remember me taking the bee apiary over there, we have some old wood we need to get out, some cinder blocks. And then Aiden, I guess what we can do is stand these panels up, bud. We got some panels that we originally were going to use for the farrowing hutch that we didn't use, so we probably need to stand these up. I say we can probably just stand them right here, huh? Put those here, and then what we'll do is go move that bee stuff over there, and in the morning I'm gonna release them out of here. Look how big he is, man. He just has bacon, doesn't he? That hat, look, let's see the hat. That represents the bacon that we're gonna have, huh? You gotta help me skin him in a few weeks, because he's too big to do by myself. Look at that guy. Man, he's huge. And then his brother ain't far behind. He'll probably be early March.
I thought I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why.
Okay, so we're ready. So explain a little bit about this. Again, we got the barbed wire going around bottom. We also have, this is the 4x4 mesh. We did not go with the typical field fence. We went with a little bit better quality wire, a little bit thicker gauge wire. So it is ready to go. We have barbed wire actually going under here too. Again, to just discourage digging. We set these posts and everything to where it made sense to kind of where they were already at for the last few weeks, so they don't get used to going somewhere totally different. Everything is done really good. We typically run our own fence. We ran our own fence with the barbed wire and all, but I can't pull woven wire fence really good. It looks like crap when I pull it, and I didn't want this looking bad. So we had a guy who helped us before pull it, and he did a phenomenal job. Really good quality stuff. So I'll show you this. So they've got this whole forest, which is the commercial hogs. Now let's walk on down, and I showed you a little bit of this in the video yesterday when we were talking about feeding and morning chores. We've got the cross fence going straight through the middle here. Now this cross fence is definitely more commercial, has a way bigger area. American guinea hog not so much, but the American guinea hog, they don't really need a lot of room. We're going to be able to work this little area, and then we're going to work them out of the forest, and they can actually work all through the ground still, because again, they're not as aggressive. They're not going to till as fast. They're going to do more laying down after they eat, and they've not tested their nets at all. They've never gotten out unless one of the commercial hogs knocked it down. So they'll be able to rotate probably 3 or 4 nets worth in here. If we see that they're hurting the ground or being a little too aggressive or not being able to let it just relax and heal up, we'll take them out of the forest and we'll put them somewhere else for the time being. But it looks really good. I'm very pleased. This was a major step, because again, our goal is not to sell the babies off these 2 mamas. Our goal is to grow those up, and those to provide a pork business for us to be able to sell at market, or to help someone butcher. They could butcher them here on farm and basically buy the pig at live weight, then turn around and me help them butcher and go through the steps of teaching them everything they need to know, but also giving them high quality meat that's not having to go to a slaughterhouse or butcher, because ultimately, and you can say what you want, nothing against any slaughterhouse or butcher, when they go somewhere, are we guaranteed that this is our hog unless we're there every step of the way? When we have it on farm, we guarantee that it is our hog every step of the way. I'm anxious to see if we can get this kind of quality out of these pigs from here on out and really have some good breed coming out of here and coming out of the Max, and allow people to have real good quality meat. Because our bacon, I get to a point now where if I try anybody else's bacon, it almost makes me sick, because I'm so used to our bacon and our sausage and our pork chops. It's just a different taste, and you don't become a food snob, you just become to a point where you realize, hey, food can taste good without all these additives, and knowing that you raised it on farm makes it even better. So I really wanted to show you this. I was excited to show you this because this is kind of a new pride and joy for us to really grow our pig operation.
Standing underneath the lights, look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets.
What are you doing?
See, Alaska moved in.
Alaska moved in. This girl has got like a parka jacket on.
I can't talk to you too much.
If you can't hear my wife, I've been a better husband this last few days because she can't yell at me and tell me I'm doing something wrong because she's got laryngitis.
Hey, it's coming back slowly. I'm picking for a customer and then I'm picking for us. Yeah, our bucket's over there.
Okay. Hay is officially done for the season. I thought it was done last time, but we finished that with that 17 bales, and I'm glad. So it has gotten cold outside, and it's supposed to get even colder as the sun is setting. Aiden is going hunting. Hopefully it's cold as it's going to get. I don't know if I'm ready to skin a deer tonight, so it's okay if he doesn't see anything tonight. Spend some time as a family, play some games. We got a Monopoly that is kind of geared towards, themed towards our town in Mississippi, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna go play that tonight. Spend like 20 hours playing Monopoly, because you know you never end it quick. If you're not playing games with your kids or your grandkids, man, they grow up too soon. So I challenge you to do that. Have a good night with them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You owe Harley.
Yeah, 18 bucks, baby.
I'm not going last next time because I follow behind y'all and laying on your stuff. Then I have to pay y'all.
I don't have nothing. I just have this. I'm a poor man too.
No, all I have is fun.
Hey, you at least have a place. I have a railroad.
How much do I owe you?
18 bucks, babe.
Blue. And you can upgrade them and get more money, like $70.
Let's go, baby.
One eternity later.
I got 12 now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Take your little bits of money. Well, I have none.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, I was down to literally.
It's like a made up place that only we can see.